Hi Gemini, welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. As always, welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, you could be dealing with a Gemini. The message could be for you, so feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are general and timeless readings. If you want to book a one-on-one, my website information is down below in the description box. Just go ahead and subscribe your email there. That way you'll always get an email notification every time my availability opens up. And I'm just gonna take that. I mean, there's a few other people over here. You can also follow me on Instagram. Did I say that? That information is down below. I do a bunch of other things over there. And yeah, thank you guys for liking, subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you've supported the channel. Let's dive in. Okay. Gem. Okay, so like, first off, there's quite a few other people involved. I don't know what that is about, but I mean, these were the main players up here. Could be lots of different, like, I don't know if there's multiple people involved here. I do get that there could be something about someone very attractive here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking a little bit to like get the hang of this. Okay. There's like a person in this situation that's deliberately turning away from some type of behavior. And I almost want to say that it's like, you know, the people that know that there's like negativity or abuse that's happening and they just look the other way. It's one of those interesting things. And I keep like all these interesting things are popping up. Like when you know, you go. And I heard another thing as I was kind of sitting there for a bit. What was it? Oh, it was all that dream. Okay, so Chariot, I feel like there's going to be some type of fast movement that comes in, either you or someone else in this situation. Okay, there's definitely like some kind of fire sign, and then there's like some fast forward movement, like all of a sudden things are going to shift very quickly. Okay, there's some other players in the mix here. Like I feel like this could be about maybe a business entity. We have the Emperor, the King of Cups. I'm just going to place them up there because I'm like, what is going on there? And then there's the Maiden of Cups. So that could be some kind of youthful energy. Oops, sorry. Let's dive into this. To be honest, like it's mainly talking to me about there could be some upcoming travel, like you have to take a trip for something. Oh, look at you. Seven of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Very defensive at this time. Yeah? Or you're protective over something or defending something. Okay, let me see. There's another card that flipped, I promise. Oh, there's the Page of Wands. See, there's all of these like players popping out, like all these court cards. Okay. Give me a second, because what I'm gonna need a bit to really figure out this reading. Okay, because it's just like it's showing me like a bunch of people are involved somehow. Oh yeah, okay. So I feel as though there's a little bit of like a fear of you that's surfacing. Okay, and I feel like at this time you're trying to just stay strong, but there's a energy here that like feels very defensive, or you could be feeling all on your own in some type of a way. Queen of Swords with that Seven of Wands, like I do want to kind of say that that is you. And it could be that, oh, maybe that's it. The Seven of Wands might be a whole bunch of people like that you feel like is against you, in some way, shape, or form. Like you're just standing there on your own in this situation. Okay. I think you are going to walk away from this. Because you realize, and the devil did come out. So I think that's what this has to do with. You could have seen, sheesh. You could have seen someone's shadow in some way, shape, or form. And you were like, time to go. And that's why I was saying, when you know, you go. Like, you don't question it, you don't try to change it, you don't do anything. Like the real wisdom, which I kind of saw the Ten of Swords pop up in here. When you know what you know, you go, especially when you're dealing with someone's shadow that's like too intense, or they won't be able to see beyond that. It's like you go. In the midst of this, okay, I do think that there's something about you that will shift archetypally when you do this. Very interestingly. When you're in the midst of walking away, so I don't know when this will apply, but your time of like walking away, you will feel excited, enthusiastic, free. You'll feel kind of this renewal of energy, like flood back into you. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. So over here, you might have felt kind of like restricted and tied to this thing, and now it's time for it all to shift. It's time. And over here, we have this Knight of Cups, which I do think is some type of proposition that's coming in, or a romantic offer. It's going to be different for all of you. But I'm seeing here, yeah, in the bottom of this whole situation, you're just gonna have to, you're kind of in the midst of facing your own shadow, having to stay courageous and brave. Two of Wands. Let's see the last two cards. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. And this Page of Cups. What is with all these cards? Okay, let me try to get a little bit of clarification on... Give me a second, because I'm literally like, holy shiz. To be honest, I feel as though there's like... This is one of those typical scenarios where you figure out there's a narcissist in the midst, and then there's... like the smear campaign. I hate to talk about that, but that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many people. And it could be that nobody's really taking your side, or maybe even certain people are kind of making you feel like you're being dramatic. I'm not getting a whole lot of that, because I'm not really seeing that you're making a big deal out of things. I mean, Seven of Wands just looks like you're handling your business. This is hilarious. Okay, this Page of Cups keeps coming out. I'm going to clarify this Page of Cups, because I don't know. It's like this innocence, in this really trippy way. I feel as though, okay, Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Magician. That's what's clarifying the Page of Cups. So this Page of Cups, I do feel like there's a little bit here of a masking energy that this Page of Cups might be doing. Like this Page of Cups in the midst of everything, it's interesting that that's the only one that really wanted to clarify. There's tons of other people involved here, which I don't know what that's about. If it's a work environment or family, whatever it's talking about. This one knows the truth. Or this one's kind of like the truth, the one who calls out the injustice, the one who breaks the energy, breaks the illusion, okay, of what's going on in this whole situation. So this is probably the more enlightened one, or the one who's woke, because this person is dealing with some kind of pain, whatever that means. This Three of Swords could be health issue. But also, do you know what's very interesting about this? I'm seeing that there's a particular person that's like they've zeroed in. You know how when when there's like, I'm getting, have you guys ever heard that? Like when I used to have a boss that was like this, and they would say like, you know, like every once in a while she would just zero in on a human. Like her perception would just like zero in on this one human, and she would make their life hell. And it was like this shadow projection that she didn't understand. Like it was this, that person knew, and it was like this part of her, she was going through this shadow boxing issue where she, like, they would be her next target, where she would maybe bully them or do all these things because she, and this is what's interesting, this magician card is kind of like the thing that draws you in and you don't understand it. And this person is being drawn into this Page of Cups and not understanding why, but it's like a shadow projection. So they're literally playing out a trauma, and that's what's so trippy about these like flip-flops in shadow, because when the devil person is like repressing trauma, maybe through an addiction or something like that, what they'll do is, like, sometimes this Page of Cups will come into the environment in some way, and this will be almost like the scapegoat, and this is like the perpetrator. So all of a sudden the perpetrator, or I'm sorry, the scapegoat, there's a repressed part of them. There's this fierceness that can come out. And that's what's so tricky about dealing with even water signs, or I would even say Pisces. One time I read about a Pisces, and I'm not saying that this is about a Pisces. This could be you, Gem. You could be the Page of Cups. I'm just talking about the archetype. But I read one time about how Pisces seems so innocent, but underneath the surface, like, if you piss them off enough, they're super easygoing. And then it's like, if you poke the beast enough, and when it comes out, it's freaking scary. Okay, I'm being serious about that, because that's almost the shadow projection. Like, that's what's really fascinating, is like this person will continue to come at them because they're looking for that fuel. They're looking for that lion to come up to the surface, and it will revert them like shadowy, archetypally into this. So that's what happens in this shift in a trippy way. Like, you'll see it revert. Like, you'll see the humans switch archetypes, where the person who was bullying will all of a sudden be like shift into the like really scared one. That happens so much. So it's fascinating. Like, that's a very interesting entanglement that could be happening in some crazy way. I'm glad we got somewhere with that, because I was really struggling. That helped me. I'm glad I pulled that, because all of a sudden that just clarified everything. So I'm going to dive into the extended, see what else will come of this. Of course, if you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Venmo link, and I'll see you over there. But Jen, if this is where we leave things, I'm sending you so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I'll see you in your next reading. Take care.